And we're live. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Wagwan. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Yeah, man, just a quick little live stream on a Saturday night. What's not to like, man? What's not to like? Just some random boxing talk. We'll go wherever the conversation takes us, kind of thing. No real plan, no real direction as usual. But yeah, man. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Fucking hay fever's been killing me today, you know? Absolutely killing me. But what can we do, man? What can we do? We'll fucking soldier on and we'll get through it, man. Yo, big up to Big Dan. What's going on, man? He says Bolotniks versus Burton is the best fight next weekend. I don't know about that, Big Dan. It's a good fight, though. It's a good fight. I'm kind of favouring Burton, but Bolotniks is a pretty tough dude. He can punch a bit. That's going to be a pretty good fight, you know. I'd like Burton to win it, to be honest. I think Burton's a decent fighter. Decent domestic fighter. Good little fight, that. You know, big up to Justin Marcial. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're keeping well on this Saturday evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you are. Yo, big up to Tone as well, man. Long time no see, Tone. Long time no see. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Oh, fuck off. God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think Burton's going to win that fight as well, Big Dan. Good fight, though. It's a good fight. I'm not sure when it's going to be on or who's showing it, Big Dan. To be honest with you, Big Dan, I'm going to be watching Dorticos versus Briedis. I think that fight's going to be the best fight in terms of that sort of time area where it's going to be Dorticos versus Briedis, Burton versus Bolotniks, and what was the other one? Taylor versus Konsong. I'm going to watch Dorticos versus Briedis. Yeah, man, big up to Justin. Yeah, 100%, brother. That's why I'm going solo pretty much. There's a couple of people who I'm going to obviously, collaborate with and whatnot. But right now, this channel here is purely going to be solo. Do you know what I mean? I just can't be dealing with this nonsense right now. I really can't. I really can't, bruv. Oh, Big Dan, okay. It's on at 3:30 p.m. Okay. See, I never knew that, you know. I never knew that. I'll definitely watch it then, Big Dan. Yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight, man. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully Burton wins, but it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. Yeah, Copendo9, good point, you know. He says, I wish Son of Barry had signed Daichko rather than Zhang Yeah, the guys in his prime are being wasted. 100% Copendo9. And the thing is, yeah, so Eddie Hearn lets go of Michael Hunter, arguably a top 10 heavyweight, really good fighter in my opinion, and he signs fucking Zhang Zili. I mean, come on now. I understand what the reason is. Obviously, Zhang Zili's a Chinese heavyweight. He could be marketable, but let's be honest about it. Zhang Zili really isn't that great. I've seen him a few times. He's not that great at all. He's got no real high ceiling, to be honest. He's not going to get in the top 10. You know, yeah, it's one of those signings, you know. One of those signings. But yeah, man, been a lovely day in the UK, you know, an Indian summer, I guess. Really sunny day over here. Been enjoying it. Got a haircut. Been out and about, enjoying life. Yo, Tone, you had to go there, didn't you? I knew you was gonna fucking go there. I knew somebody would, you know. Did I watch the football? Of course I watched the football, man. I'm fucking seething, to be honest. That's why I started this live stream. I'm absolutely fucking seething at that performance. I mean, Scott McTominay is a fucking bum. Victor Lindelof is a bum. Paul Pogba is the most overrated footballer in the world, period. I mean, that whole fucking squad were an embarrassment. Absolutely embarrassing. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got the lineup totally wrong. Substitutions totally wrong. The Glazers are sucking this fucking club dry. They've taken $1 billion out of this club over like 10 years, man. It's a fucking joke. Absolute fucking joke, man. Yeah, big up to UCTV as well, man. Big up to UCTV. And yeah, Tone, man. Come on, man. You had to do me like that, bringing up a football. We was fucking shocking, man. Absolutely shocking. Marcus Rashford, I mean, that guy, he seems to be going backwards. I mean, the only positive was Van der Beek really scoring that goal. Apart from that, we was useless, deserved to lose. Man United fans making excuses about that penalty. We were fucking shit. We was dominated. We deserved to lose that game. Simple as that. No excuses. We were shit. Absolutely useless, man. Garbage. Victor Lindelof, yeah. That guy is about as much use as a fucking broken condom. That's how much protection he gives us. Useless. Fucking garbage, man. Garbage, man. Yeah, Red L Terribles. Yeah, exactly. UCTV, man. I'm fucking seething. I've not had a drink in like nearly 2 weeks now. You know, I've been going cold fucking turkey. I've been going like straight edge. I could do with a fucking drink right now. Honestly, I'm raging. Absolutely raging. A fucking drink or a spliff, one of the two. Fucking fuming, bruv. Jesus Christ. Whatever, man. Whatever. Yeah, AA Boxing and Blunts. Yeah, big up to the Leeds, man. You guys are playing well right now, so I can't fucking even. We're getting bantered by Leeds fans, man. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ, bruv. Oh, I'm seething, honestly. I'm fucking fuming. I'm fuming. Now, UCTV, mate, I can't. I've made a promise to myself. This whole month, I'm gonna be like straight edge, not gonna touch anything. So, yeah, I'll read the email in a second, though, bro. No doubt, man. No doubt. Look at Saint Brit, man. Another Leeds fans coming in here. Look at this Leeds fan, Saint Brit Sports, man. Oh, Christ. We're getting bantered by Leeds fans. We're getting bantered by Leeds fans. And I can't say anything, man. I can't say anything. They're playing well right now. You know, they've got their shit together. So, yeah, big up to G-Man Boxing as well. By the way, G-Man Boxing and UCTV Boxing, both guys have channels, really good stuff. So big up to both guys. Big up to both guys. Marching on together. Get the fuck out of here, man. Exactly, D. Yeah, Leeds' defense is worse, D, no doubt. But at the same time, like at least they can score goals, man. At least they can score goals. They look dangerous going forwards. We looked devoid of any ideas whatsoever. It was awful. It really was horrible. Crystal Palace deserved to win that game. I mean, we've let go Wilfried Zaha, Memphis Depay to keep the likes of fucking Jesse Lingard. Embarrassing recruitment from top to bottom at United. A complete disgrace. Yeah, exactly, Dylan 99. Roy Hodgson masterclass. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Big up to St. Brit Sports, man. Big up to St. Brit Sports. Yeah, big up to Jay Beelo, man. Yeah, we're just chopping it up. We've not really been talking about boxing at the minute. We're talking about football, but we're gonna fucking forget. We're gonna forget football for right now. We're gonna forget football. It doesn't exist right now. Boxing tonight. We've got fucking Efe Ajagba versus Jonathan Rice. I think Efe Ajagba, good little prospect. He's fun. He's exciting. He can punch, and making his top rank debut. I think Top Rank are ideal, you know, for Efe Ajagba right now. Efe's not been looking good recently, and in my opinion, Top Rank are the best at like moving prospects. He needs to be taken care of, Efe Ajagba. He needs a lot of time. He needs a lot more fights. He needs seasoning, as they say. So I think Top Rank are a great fit for Efe Ajagba. I really do. And yeah, have a few learning fights, a few build-up fights, and then maybe Efe can be like an elite level prospect. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting with Efe Ajagba. It's going to be interesting. I think he's a good prospect. I think some people are like going a little over the top with Efe Ajagba in terms of like saying he's complete shit. He's okay, man. He's got some good attributes. Like I said, he can punch. He's got a pretty good punch output for a big dude, and yeah, he's a physically strong dude, man. So Efe could still be a decent little fighter, in my opinion. It could still be decent. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, the darts are on tonight. I see. I don't watch darts, you know. Yeah, Michael Van Gerwen. Are you going to be watching Covington versus Woodley? Yeah, maybe, maybe. I do like that fight. I like the storyline in that fight. I really do. Just it goes to show how UCTV made a video on it basically, and yeah, I totally agree. It's a load of nonsense, man. But yeah, I'll watch the fight. It's a good fight. Woodley, if Woodley can like turn back the clock, I think he can beat Covington. To be honest, but Woodley's been looking terrible recently. He really has. He looks like a faded fighter. His gas tank doesn't look that good, to be honest. His ambition hasn't been there. I could see Covington outworking him to a decision, to be honest. That's how I see it going. I see Covington to win on points. I just think he's going to out hustle him, to be honest. He's going to out hustle him, outwork him, and win on points. One thing about Covington, we have to say, he's got a great gas tank. He really does. His cardio is insane. Great wrestler, good output. Yeah, I think Covington's going to win on points unless Woodley catches him early on with a big shot. Woodley can punch. Woodley's got a really good right hand with genuine power. So Woodley's got a chance in like I would say the first 2 rounds. If he doesn't knock Covington out early on, I think Covington's going to win, to be honest. Yeah, exactly, Andre. Yeah, the UFC card's pretty good tonight. I like that Cowboy Cerrone fight with Nico Price. Yeah. Yo, big up to Jazz as well, you know, for the super chat. No worries, mate. No worries. We've not even really talked about boxing yet, to be honest. We've not even talked about boxing yet. Yeah, D. A lot of people are saying that, you know, Khabib when Khabib fights Justin Gaethje, a lot of people are feeling Justin Gaethje in that fight. Justin can punch. He can actually wrestle really well. He's got great wrestling defense, like great takedown defense. So you never know, man. Justin can really punch him with both hands. So, and like you said, D, Khabib's lost his father, who was a great influence. I mean, maybe now's the time for somebody to beat Khabib. It's a good fight, though. It's a really good fight. I really like that Israel Adesanya fight with Paulo Costa as well. See, I can't fucking stand Paulo Costa. That guy, man. Something about that guy winds me up just looking at him. That guy's blatantly on the fucking PEDs. That guy's on rocket fuel. No doubt, man. No doubt. Insane. But yeah, big up to Jazz, you know, for the super chat. Big up, man. Oh, Masternak is fighting tonight, Duck. Okay, who's he fighting, Duck? Matthias Masternak. Who's he fighting? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is he fighting anybody decent? That's a question. See, I never even knew that, Duck. I never knew. He's fighting a guy called Taylor Mabika. Never heard of him. No, I have heard of him. Yeah, I've heard of him. He got knocked out by, what's his face? Makabu. Yeah, it's all right, I guess. It's all right. Yeah, UCTV, yeah. When he knocked out Darren Till, yeah, 100%. He knocked him down, didn't he? Then he kind of like, I think he submitted him with like a choke or something like that. But yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Woodley's got really good power, but he's been looking dodgy lately, man. He's been looking really bad. But I think he can catch him. He can definitely catch him. Woodley, maybe this is the fight where Woodley's actually motivated with all what's gone on in terms of like the trash talk, the rivalry. Maybe Woodley's motivated, but going by his last 2 fights, man, he looked so fucking flat. He looked so devoid of any confidence. I can't see him beating Covington, to be honest, unless he knocks him out early on. I really can't see it. I really can't see it. That's one thing I was glad about, though, when Woodley knocked out Darren Till. I cannot stand Darren Till. That guy's a fucking clown, honestly. Can't stand that dude, man. Honestly. Yeah, that is true, D. That is true. The UFC dudes are very suspicious, put it that way. Mind you, it's like the same as boxing, though, isn't it? A lot of these guys are on fucking God knows what. A lot of these guys are on all sorts. Okay, so Mabika fought Wladashik, Glowacki, Makabu, Gulamarian, and now Masternak. Okay, so he's well travelled. He's fought some good guys, but he's always lost, though. That's the thing. So, yeah, I mean, Masternak should beat him. Masternak is pretty decent, to be honest. He's a good, solid European level cruiserweight. He's a good cruiserweight at European level. He gave Tony Bellew a really tough fight back in the day, Matthias Masternak. Oh, what the fuck? People are blowing me up, you know. Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline. To be honest, Michael Van Gerwen, I don't really know too much about him. Khamzat Chimaev, don't really know too much about him. I've heard the hype, but I'm a casual MMA fan, to be honest. I watch like the big cards and things like that, but I'm not really following the sport super closely. I'm a casual when it comes to MMA. I'm a boxing dude, man. I'm a boxing guy. So, yeah, man, I'm not sure. Big up to the Shepherd of Sons, man. Nice to see you here. Official Scorecard Boxing Science as well. Big up to you as well. Big up to you guys, man. Eddie Hearn's calling Dell. Yeah, exactly. He's going to offer me some free tickets to his next show when we can have crowd. Sorry. Oh, Dell boy, just toe this narrative. I'm going to give you a free ticket. Do you know what? I've actually been approached by one promoter since I've been doing YouTube. That was it. One promoter. And it wasn't Frank Warren. It wasn't Eddie Hearn. And it wasn't a US promoter. It was a UK promoter who approached me. I didn't even reply. But yeah, it definitely goes on because I've been approached. So if some fucking Tim Pot channel like mine gets approached by promoters, you know the bigger channels do. Simple as that. Not firing any shots whatsoever. It's just a fact. Just a fact. Jazz, he says Catterall might beat Ramirez and then it'll be Catterall versus Taylor. Do you know what? I think Catterall's a decent boxer, to be honest. He's pretty solid in every aspect. He's got good, solid fundamentals. I actually think he's going to give Ramirez a few issues here and there, but I think Ramirez is going to be far too experienced, far too seasoned, and quite frankly, I think the pressure is going to break Jack Catterall late on. But I do think Catterall can have some success early on, no doubt, with his boxing ability. He can box a bit. Jack Catterall. I don't think he's terrible. I certainly think Jack Catterall's above like domestic level. I would say Jack Catterall maybe is like European level, something like that. But he's okay. He's a solid fighter. He's not a bad fighter at all. He's not a bad fighter. Nope, it wasn't Richard Poxon. It wasn't Richard Poxon. It wasn't him. It wasn't the ugly promoter. D, he could be right. No, it wasn't Frank. It wasn't Frank Duck. It wasn't Frank, and it wasn't Eddie Hearn. Yo, big up to Crazy D3, man. It wasn't Hobson. It wasn't Goodwin. I think, D's got it right. D's got it right. But yeah. Do you think Sergey can stop Jermall Charlo? I happen to think Jermall Charlo's got a pretty good chin. I think he's fairly tough. He's physically strong. Derevyanchenko, he can punch, but he's not like a concussive puncher. So if he does stop Charlo, it's going to be late on due to accumulation. But if I was a betting man, which I am, I don't think Derevyanchenko is going to stop Charlo. If anybody's going to get stopped in that fight, it's going to be Derevyanchenko. You know, Derevyanchenko, he's had 3 really hard fights back to back. You know, Danny Jacobs, Jack Kolkai, Gennady Golovkin. He took a lot of punishment in all of those fights. Maybe Jermall Charlo can finish the job. If anybody's getting knocked out in that fight, I think it's Derevyanchenko, believe it or not. Yeah, Brandon Blanco. Junior Witter was a good boxer. He was a really good boxer, like a bit of a spoiler, really awkward. I wouldn't say Catterall is at that level, but he's like European level, I would say. European level. Tone, he's a Mick Hennessy fanboy. Yeah, shades of Ali, man. Shades of Ali, no doubt. Diobi Inui, he says, I hope they offered you more than the LDBC are getting. Yeah, exactly, bruv. Exactly. But nah, it wasn't like a monetary offer. It was something else. But it wasn't like straight up cash. It wasn't like straight up cash. Yeah, I think Jermall Charlo's chin's pretty good as well, official. I think his chin's pretty good. We've not really seen Jamal Charlo get hurt, to be honest. So I think he can take Derevianchenko's power. Just the activity from Derevianchenko could give him problems. One thing about Jamal Charlo is he's not exactly like the most busy guy. He's kind of like that boxer puncher, you know. He'll throw the jab, he'll throw the straight right hand, left hook, but he kind of throws like one punch at a time. So I think Jamal Charlo's biggest danger in that fight is getting outworked by Sergey Derevianchenko. He could get outworked. That's the worry I would have if I was him. And also his inside game isn't exactly great. And Derevianchenko is very good on the inside. So it's about keeping Derevianchenko out, keeping him on the outside and walking him into big shots. Jamal Charlo, he needs to be a bit more dynamic in this fight. But I certainly think he can win. I'm picking him to win. I am picking Charlo to win. I'm going to pick Charlo by a controversial decision. That's what I'm going with, sorry. Seconds out have sold out to Mick Hennessy. Jesus, they must be struggling. Why Junior Witter never got the big fights in the US like with Cotto or Mayweather when they was both at 140? I'm not sure, Brandon. I think Junior Witter was one of those guys who, quite frankly, was high risk, low reward kind of thing, even when he was a champion. I mean, Ricky Hatton basically ducked him, let's be honest, man. I mean, Junior Witter wasn't really... He was just high risk, low reward, I guess. How far can Gassiev go, Ian Ward? To be honest, Ian, like when Gassiev first moved up to heavyweight, I thought he could do something, but he's been so inactive now. It's been silly. The last time this guy fought was July 2018, over 2 years ago. No fight scheduled. I'm worried about Gassiev at this point. I think he might have had too long out, and yeah, man, the inactivity is going to harm him. It really is. I think he's got the power to actually do something at heavyweight. Certainly at like fringe world level. But yeah, man, it's hard to say right now with Gassiev. I want to see him back in the ring. I really do. I'd like to see him have a couple of fights by the year's end. Yeah, Derevianchenko's going to turn into a raccoon again. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Derevianchenko, yeah, he looked like a raccoon after the Gennady Golovkin fight. Exactly. Yeah, I agree, official. The only way Derevianchenko could stop him is with his work rate and a lot of body shots, but I'm not sure about it. Yeah, exactly, man. If he does get on the inside, I think he's going to give Jamal Charlo kittens. I really do. I think he's going to give him some really, really big problems. Like I said, I'm not convinced by Charlo on the inside. He's got a mean uppercut, but that's really it, you know. He's not all that active on the inside, doesn't do a great job at defending himself. So, yeah, it's an interesting fight stylistically, in my opinion. It really is. It's not like Derevianchenko's a guy who comes forwards in straight lines and is going to be open to that straight right hand. He will give you some looks. You know, he'll slip under your punches. He'll come in at angles. Derevianchenko's a really... he's a really skilled pressure fighter, in my opinion. Really good on the inside. So it's going to be a hard fight for Jamal Charlo. In my opinion, if Derevianchenko is still at his best, this is Charlo's hardest fight. And I maintain that. I really believe that. But it's a good fight, though, isn't it? It's a good fight. Copendo 09. Catterall beats no version of Chop Chop Corley or Lovemore and Do. You're probably right, mate. You're probably right. Yeah, that's the thing, Philo. That's the thing. How good is Derevianchenko now after those 3 hard fights with Golovkin, Kolkai, and Danny Jacobs? You know, how good is he now? We'll see. We'll see. I met Junior Witter in a fish and chip shop in Bradford about 4 years ago. Interesting. 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 Hopefully he was okay. Al Heyman messaged Del Boy. Yeah, big up to Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman. Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Derevianchenko. Jamal Charlo versus Jason Rosario. That's a great card. Apparently that card is pay-per-view in the UK on Fight TV, and it's only like 11 quid. That's really good value as far as I'm concerned. Look at the shit we're served up with in the UK. Like the White Povetkin pay-per-view, 25 quid or something like that. Was it 19 quid or 25 quid? Whatever it was. Tell me what's better value, White versus Povetkin or the Charlo card for 11 quid? The Charlo card is clearly better. Clearly better. And it's for 11 quid. I'm buying that shit, you know. I'm going to support that. I'm going to support that shit. On Fight TV, Jamal Charlo versus Derevyanchenko, Jamel versus Rosario. Let's get it, man. That's worth buying for 11 quid. 100%. I agree, Jazz. I think O'Hara's going to knock out Tyrone McKenna. I agree. Tyrone McKenna's a big, tall guy, but he really doesn't utilize his height and reach advantage, you know. I think O'Hara's going to knock him out, mate. I really do. I think O'Hara's going to clean him out. O'Hara Davis, for what it's worth, yeah, he's got a lot of flaws, but he can really punch. Tyrone doesn't have any real form of defense, to be honest, for a big, tall guy. He's going to get cleaned out. He's going to get cleaned out. Do you know what I could do with right now is a fucking nice cup of coffee, but I can't be asked. Can't be asked, you know. You met Eubank Senior in a chippy. Jesus Christ. The Warrior's cold. Fuck's sake. Yeah, man. Chop Corley back in the day, man. He was a contender, no doubt. Tough old boy as well, man. Tough dude. Good chin, man. Chop Corley. Yeah, he fought everybody, bruv. He fought everybody. You met Frank Bruno in a Blockbuster. Fuck me. I fucking forget Blockbuster, mate. I really do. Jesus. Are they out of business now, Blockbuster? They must be. Fuck me. Jesus. Yeah, no, you're lying. Yeah, big up to Johnny Boy, man. Check out Johnny Boy's Fight Palace, man. He's got a YouTube channel himself. He does boxing content like me. Check out Johnny Boy's boxing, man. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're doing well, brother. Looking forward to the UFC tonight, mate. I really am. I'm going to stay up for it, I think. I think I'm going to stay up for it. Covington Woodley, Cowboy versus Nico Price. Both good fights, in my opinion. Both pretty good fights. Yeah, man, MTK are doing some bits right now, no doubt. All of their cards on YouTube in like August were fucking good, you know. MTK. They've been doing some good stuff, to be fair to them. They've been doing some good stuff. And, yeah. Doing some good stuff. Yeah, big up to Johnny Boy, man. Big up. Stevie Wonder once bumped into me in a Burger King. Fuck's sake. Oh, shit. Celebrities went into Blockbuster all the time. Jesus Christ. UCTV, you've got to be older than me then. You've got to be older than me. I'm not casting any aspersions. Yeah, I can imagine, Johnny, bruv. I can imagine. Yeah, exactly, bro. Don't call the police, fam. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'm watching the UFC, Johnny. I'm watching the UFC. The top rank card's okay. Pedraza versus Molina. That's all right. That's not too bad. But the UFC card, like top to bottom, is clearly better than any boxing card this weekend. So fuck it. If I stay up, I'm going to watch the UFC. I'm watching the UFC, you know. To be honest, Crazy D3, in terms of boxing, I would say no. You've got Erickson Lubin versus Terrell Gausha, whatever his name is. And you've got Jose Pedraza versus Molina. So, yeah, not really anything of any substance, to be honest. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Yeah, exactly, bro. Lubin versus Gucci, yeah. Fuck that shit, yeah. Boxing Brains, big up to Boxing Brains. He says, I think Spellman could beat Burton. Who's Burton beat? He beat Ajasafe, who'd been inactive. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's true, you know. That is true. Dex Spellman's a tough kid. He's a really tough kid. Great chin, man. He's a really, really tough bastard, but just so limited, man. He's so limited. Hopefully now, you know, he actually has a few weeks out, because he's taken 2 really, really fucking big beatings. So, yeah, hopefully he's okay, man. Salute to Thomas, mate. Salute to Thomas. Big up to Thomas, brother. Big up. Big up. Didn't Martin Murray beat someone up in a chippy? Yeah, probably did, you know. Martin Murray, to be fair to Martin Murray, man, he turned his life around. He was a con at one point, and he turned his life around, and he made a good career for himself. He should have been middleweight champion, man. I don't care what anybody said. What anybody says, sorry. Martin Murray should have been he should have been a world champion at middleweight. He beat Sergio Martinez in Argentina, and he got robbed. He got horribly robbed, man. That really wound me up, you know. An Englishman going to Argentina, yeah, to fucking get robbed like that is crazy. They would never let an Englishman win in Argentina though on the scorecards. It wouldn't happen. Let's be honest about it. Martin Murray won that fight. Simple as that. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? But there we go. Oh, fuck's sake. I just spilled my fucking drink. H2O got all over the gaff. Official scorecard boxing. I met Oscar at Victoria's Secrets when I was buying a gift there. Fuck's sake. Shit. Big Dan, he's watching the top ranked PBC cards. I watch the main event for UFC, but the rest of the UFC card doesn't interest me. Do you know what, Big Dan? I like the Cowboy Cerrone fight. I like that fight. Cowboy's a tough old boy, and Nico Price, man, he can fight a bit as well, man. So that's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a good fight. Okay, so you was young with the Frank Bruno time. Okay, I didn't speak to him. My dad did. People go on like celebrities live in a different dimension. Yeah, exactly. If you leave a house, you'll see them. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Especially boxers, you know. Boxers are really accessible, to be honest. They really are. Obviously, when you go to events, you're going to bump into all kinds of fighters, and they're always, in my experience, like all the boxers I've met have been pretty cool, to be honest. Boxers are really accessible. No doubt. Hope Jonathan Rice pulls off a W tonight. Yeah, Jonathan Rice is he's a good journeyman, Assassin's Creed. He's a good journeyman. He comes to fight. He's not one of these journeymen who goes in there and falls down on like the first punch. He actually comes to give it a go, Jonathan Rice. And he's got a bit of power himself. So I'm sure he's going to give F.A. Ajagba a few rounds. Probably get knocked out in like round 5, 6, 7. Something like that. Decent, though. Decent little fight. Okay, big up to UCTV. He's going to go live tonight. Yeah, I'll definitely be listening because I'm going to watch the UFC card. If I can stay up anyway, I'll watch it. Thieving RG bastards. Fuck's sake. Exactly. That's true, though. Martin Murray got robbed. Simple as that. That would have been a massive win, you know. That would have been a massive win if he went over there, got the decision. It's a shame. It's a shame. And also the Felix Sturm fight, that was very close. I've got to be honest, though, the Felix Sturm fight, I didn't think that was a massive robbery. That was a very close fight. I think a draw was about right, to be honest. That was a very close fight. But the Martinez fight was a robbery. Absolute robbery. Big up to Colin. He says, "Sup, yo, got bored of watching the Arsenal game and seen you went online." Yeah, big up to Colin, man. Big up to Colin. Oh, Saint Brit is simping for the WWE fans, uploading some stuff. You're going to get copyrighted, Saint Brit, I would imagine. With something like the WWE, UFC, you're going to get copyrighted, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, D, exactly, bro. See, I'm okay staying up for cards, D, but I'm not going to stay up for like shit cards like Erickson Lubin versus Gausha. Not worth it, mate. It's not worth it. The UFC card's pretty good though, so I might stay up for that shit, but we'll see, man. We'll see. By the way, lads, if I sound a little bit ropey, I'm not like fucking high or anything. I'm not boozed up. I'm just knackered. My sleep pattern's been terrible for the last month or so. So yeah, man, I'm kind of fucked right now. Kind of fucked. This is an interesting question, Ian Ward. Del, are you into cars? What would you buy if you had 10k to spend on one? Obviously would be second hand. Do you know what, Ian? I'm not sure. I would really have to look around, mate. believe it or not, I used to work in car sales, and I'm a person who doesn't really have any interest in cars, and I used to work in car sales, so yeah, I wouldn't be sure, mate. To be honest, I really wouldn't be sure. I'll try and buy something a bit different. Something a bit different. I wouldn't know what to buy though. I'd do something like I don't know, maybe I'd probably go like Boy Racer, something along those lines. But I'll probably end up wrapping it around the tree or something like that. Ah, shit. Escort RS Cosworth. Jesus, man. Yeah, man. I'd like I know you can't get it for 10k, but I'd love a Mustang, like a 70s Mustang. I think it's like a 71 Mustang, something like that. That'd be amazing, you know. Obviously, you're not going to get that for 10k, but you know, like a 70s Mustang would be one of my dream cars. I love Ford Mustangs and all that sort of shit. I love muscle cars and shit like that. I'd love to own one of those. Beefy versus Cheese. Oh, fuck me. Boxing Brains. Liam Smith destroys Ted Cheeseman. He absolutely obliterates him. Liam Smith's a good fighter, to be honest. He's a decent fighter. I know he was a world champion. I wouldn't say he was world class, but I would say he's certainly like fringe world level. I think he's a good fighter, Liam Smith. He does things in there that a lot of British fighters don't do. His inside game is pretty advanced, to be honest, for a UK fighter. Traditionally, UK fighters, they're not really great on the inside, but Liam Smith, man, has some nice smooth moves on the inside. Really good body puncher as well. Really good body puncher. Yeah, I'm not surprised, St. Brit. I'm not surprised at all. Not surprised. Oh, shit, yes. Lickleman, isn't it, next week? Yeah, Lickleman, yeah. Do you know what, UCTV? In regards to Mayweather, Logan Paul, I can't blame Floyd, you know. His career's done. Like, his career's done. I mean, if somebody's offering you free money, man, I'll take that shit, honestly. I don't blame Floyd, to be honest. I really don't blame him. I can't hate on it. I'm not saying it's good for boxing or anything like that, but I don't blame Floyd, per se. Just the generation we live in, that sort of shit's going to sell, isn't it? Unfortunately. It's going to sell. Yo, Adam, I'm good, mate. I'm really good, Adam. Really good. We've got some vitamin D today. The sun's been out. It's been beautiful, man. It's been beautiful. Loads of honeys about. Got a haircut. Looking fresh. Looking fly. I'm looking like something out of Peaky Blinders, mate. Like fucking Thomas Shelby. Looking fly, bruv. Shit. Oh, yeah, Subaru Impreza. Yeah, bro. Yeah. See, that was my dream car when I was like a lot younger, like 18, 19 kind of thing. That's the sort of thing I'd buy, you know, like a souped up Subaru Impreza. Yeah. That's the sort of, but yeah, I'd buy that sort of shit, yeah. That's the sort of shit I'd buy. Looking like a fucking drug dealer, innit? Go back down to Luton. Fit right back in there, you know. Oh, shit. Oh, Chevy, yeah, I do like Chevys as well, mate. I do like Chevys. But I don't even sell them over here no more, though, like Chevys. Are you going to live stream the fight, Justin? Yeah, you're definitely going to get copyrighted, mate, if you live stream it. The Real Boss OG, he says MXBC. Shout out to you guys. You ain't done nothing to me, so shout out to you guys. But what's good, Del? What's on the boxing menu? Lance, mate, fuck all till next week, basically. I mean, this weekend is kind of dead, to be honest. But next weekend, we've got some fucking solid fights. We've got fucking, what we got next weekend? The Charlo card. We've got Dorta Gospeliadis, great fights. You know, Josh Taylor's back in the ring as well against Konsong. 26th is amazing for boxing. If you're a boxing fan and you've got plans, fucking cancel that shit right now. I mean, I'm making myself free for next weekend. I don't care what's on table. It could be fucking pussy. It could be anything. I'm fucking staying home on the 26th. I'm watching Charlo. I'm watching Dorticos. Simple as that. Simple as that, man. Big up to Joseph. Big up to Joseph. Nice of you to drop by. Did Eddie Hearn sign Zhang to get Corona into his own stable and pass it on to Frank Warren? Yeah, Eddie Hearn's a clown, you know. Signing Zili Zhang and letting go of Michael Hunter is a joke, man. Yeah, big up to Johnny Boy, you know. Big up to Johnny Boy. He says only Johnny can dance drunk to Juicy J with a death wish. God bless, gents. Fuck's sake. Yeah, big up to Johnny Boy, man. Yeah, but if you need anything, mate, just fucking hit us up, mate. Honestly. Just hit us up, bro. Yeah, we've got Intangible in the house as well. We've got Intangible. Yeah, big up to Intangible, by the way. Intangible's got a channel himself, so check out Intangible Boxing News. He says he's been watching boxing for like 2 years, which I think is complete nonsense. But yeah, he really knows his stuff. So big up to Intangible Boxing News. Yeah, man, I've got no problem with Floyd doing what he's doing. I mean, ultimately, we've got a lot bigger problems in boxing right now than Floyd taking an exhibition. We've got a lot bigger problems. Guys not fighting each other, fanboys, you know, fanning over fucking promoters and shit like that. We've got all sorts of nonsense going on right now that are bigger problems than Floyd coming back for an exhibition. In my opinion, that's how I see it. I'm not saying Floyd versus Logan's good for boxing. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is we've got a lot bigger problems. We've got a lot bigger problems right now. Certain fights that are makeable are not happening. I mean, why is Billy Joe and Callum Smith not fighting right now? Why has that fight not been made? Why has Golovkin Andrade not been made? All of these sort of fights, guys in the same stable, these guys are not fighting each other. That's what I'm wound up about. Not about Floyd coming back. This shit's fucking disgusting, you know. I've got some random fucking energy drink. It's grim. Absolute grim. I think Jake Paul would be more interesting than Logan Paul. Yeah, Jake Paul's a better boxer, Ian Ward. Jake Paul's definitely a better boxer between the two. I've seen both, you know. I've seen both. Oh, Lickleman's fighting another Lickleman. Okay. Yeah. I'll watch it, you know. I'll watch it. Yo, Mr. Relax. Big up to Mr. Relax. He says, what's going on with Vijender Singh? He must be getting on. Yeah, he was a good amateur, but he's done fuck all as a pro. He's not fought in a minute, so I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah, Eddie Hearn wanted to tap into the Chinese market. Yeah, 100% with Zili Zhang. Yeah. Big up to Hall of Vigilant, by the way, a.k.a. Nordic Warrior. Big up to you, mate. Big up. Yeah, Big Dan, do it, mate. Big Dan, just do it, mate. Start making videos, because I'll shout you out. I'm sure like UCTV is gonna shout you out. You're gonna get some shout outs. You're gonna get a good head start. Start doing it, bro. Start doing it. Just let us know, and I'll give you a shout out, no doubt, bro. No doubt. No problem at all, mate. Just just give us a shout. Yeah, exhibition fights have a role. Boxing politics is fucking wank. Yeah, and that's like the bigger problem right now. These boxing politics, promotional wars. We've got fanboys siding with promoters. We've got fucking all sorts of shit going on right now, which is categorically worse for boxing. Some exhibition fights not really going to make much of a difference, to be honest. Whether you like Floyd, hate Floyd, or like you're in the middle, it's not really going to make a difference. Whereas the shit that's going on now is detrimentally, it's affecting the sport. It's affecting the sport. So just how I see it, you know. Yeah, I'd rather watch tonight's UFC than all of Eddie's upcoming shows. 100% John Wayne. I do like the Povetkin rematch, though. I like Povetkin White too. That's going to be interesting. Basically, it's careers on the line for both guys. If Povetkin loses at 41 years old, he's basically done. And if Dillian White loses again, then his career really is in tatters. That's a crossroads fight. So I like White Povetkin too. Apart from that, I mean, Eddie's really not got anything coming up. He's not got anything coming up. And I'll say it, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The PBC genuinely have the best schedule. And when you say that, people say, oh, you're bigging up the PBC, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm not saying the PBC schedule was perfect. There's been some dead fights, but it's clearly the best schedule on a whole in comparison to everything else. Clearly. Top rank are picking up now as well, to be fair. But DAZN and Eddie Hearn, man, they're dead right now. Dead. Dead, man. It's dead. Justin Marcial, he says, Del, you can't get copyright striked if you put the stream on unlisted. I'm not sure, Justin. I'm really not sure, to be honest, mate. I've never tried it, so go for it, mate. Try it. But, you know, YouTube's got this weird fucking software that can detect whether you're live streaming stolen content and shit like that. So they probably will, you know. They probably will. They'll still strike you, more than likely. Yeah, I agree, D. Eddie's going to try and make AJ fight Zhang in China. Yeah, that's a big money fight in China, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. AA Boxing and Blunts, he says, if Charlie Edwards wasn't on the card, I'd be happier, but I'm glad it's not Sonny. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Charlie Edwards is a fucking cunt. So is Sonny Edwards. I can't stand either one of those guys. Little rats, the pair of them. See, this is why I'd never get a job on like Sky or anything. You know how some YouTubers like actually get jobs in the boxing world? I would never get a fucking job in the boxing world. I'm a foul-mouthed fucking little cunt. Yeah, Zhilei Zhang sucks, to be honest, Eric. But yeah, he does bring profit, 100%. That's 100%, Eric. Yeah, he sucks, but he brings in profit. Yep, I agree, Johnny. Top Rank and PBC are doing better than Matchroom right now, and you can't argue with that. Apart from White Povetkin too, what's going on at Matchroom? Nothing right now. Nothing. Think I'm interested in fucking Lewis Ritson versus Miguel Vasquez? Nah, bro. I'm fine. I'm fine. I feel wound up, by the way, lads. I feel wound up. Fucking football's fucking piss me off. Bunch of wankers, a lot of them. Yeah, UFC Matchroom. To be fair, it's UFC over boxing right now. UFC are killing it, bro. Like, since lockdown, the UFC's done really well. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, where were we, bro? I fucking got myself behind. What the fuck was that? Some big-ass fucking truck went past. Del, do you think that Dillian Whyte should have been stood down longer by the British Boxing Board of Control after the knockout? Seems like he got let off lightly. Eddie's pulling the strings again. Yeah, Joseph, I mentioned this a couple of times. So in the UK, obviously, when you get knocked out, you get a medical suspension. The lowest that suspension can be is 28 days. I think it can go up to like 60 days if you get knocked out. And Dillian Whyte got a 28-day medical suspension after that brutal knockout against Povetkin. It does seem rather convenient for Dillian Whyte and this quick turnaround. It really does. And I'll tell you this, if something bad happens to Dillian Whyte in that rematch, maybe questions are going to be asked. Because 28 days for a knockout like that? I don't know, man. That was a brutal knockout. A nasty knockout, and he got a 28-day suspension. That was it. We shall see. We shall see. Because in that suspension, you can't spar. You're not allowed to spar in that time frame. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. But it's a very interesting point, Joseph, and it's something I've thought about. It is something I've thought about. Is Dillian Whyte's best interest really being put forth in that scenario? I mean, like I said, if I was managing Dillian Whyte, I would say, Dillian, sit out the rest of this year. Just chill, relax. We'll come again in the new year, in the spring. We'll fight Povetkin in spring. This guy's 41 years old. He ain't getting any younger. He's not getting any better. The longer you leave it, the more he's going to deteriorate, and the longer you have to recover. I would have had this rematch in spring next year if I was Dillian. Yeah, you've got the mandatory situation. That's going to get pushed back anyway. You've been waiting, in your words, long enough anyway. So what's a few more months? Just fucking wait till spring and go from there. That's what I would say. But just my opinion. Oh yeah, Charlie Edwards sucks, Johnny. Can't stand Charlie. Can't stand Sonny. Both suck. Terrible. Yeah, Loma versus Teofimo, 100%. Great fight. You've got Baranchik versus Apida as well. That's a really good fight. Top Rank have got a couple of good cards coming up, mate. They really have. Even Navalete versus Navalete versus Villa. That's a pretty good fight as well. It's not bad. It's not. I've seen worse. I've not seen that Hall of Vigilant. I've not seen that. Did anybody else notice something weird about Zili Zhang? He had his fights on his record that disappeared. Interesting. That's interesting. I never knew that, though. Never knew that. Yeah, Molina versus Pedraza, styles clash. Fight could end up being a draw. Yep. Molina's not bad, Eric. Molina's not a bad fighter. He beat Amir Imam in a pretty good performance. He's a tough kid. That could be a good fight. And let's be honest, while Jose Pedraza's a good fighter, he's not a super lightweight, in my opinion. He's not a super lightweight, so I wouldn't be shocked if Jose Pedraza loses that fight, to be honest. I wouldn't be shocked at all. It could definitely happen. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, G-Man. The undercard for White Povetkin 2. That's what I'm waiting for. Apparently, Callum Johnson versus Igor Mikhalkin could be on the undercard for the European light heavyweight title. That'd be a decent little fight. No real complaints there. I would like to see some good domestic fights on that card. You know, maybe Conor Benn versus Chris Jenkins. I think that'd be a good fight for that card. You know, things like that. I want to see a good card. Oh, Johnny, he says Zapida Baranchik over Povetkin White 2. I don't know, you know. I do like Povetkin White 2 just because of like the stakes. Like the stakes are high in that fight. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody's career's over pretty much. I like the stakes in that fight. But I do like Baranchik versus Zapida. That's a good fucking fight. That's a good fucking fight. Yeah, big up to fucking John Gonzalez, man. Here he is. Look at John Gonzalez come flying in. Big up to John, man. Yeah, hopefully you're keeping well, John. Hopefully you're keeping well. Staying out of trouble. Hopefully you're staying out of trouble, mate. I know what you're like. Shit, bro. My eyes are like piss holes in the snow right now. I'm so fucking tired. Yeah, Eddie's got a decent stable to pick from too. Smith Saunders could be huge for the UK. I agree, Colin. I would love to see Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders. Unification fight, 2 unbeaten British fighters. It's a good fight. It's a really good fight. I would love to see Callum Johnson versus Joshua Buatsi. That's another really, really good fight. These sort of fights need to happen ASAP. These sort of fights are the lifeblood of British boxing. Yeah, Joshua sells a lot of tickets. Yeah, Fury's a big name. But, you know, these are the sort of fights that keep British boxing going, man. Do you know what I mean? These are the sort of fights we need to get. And we've been deprived of these fights for a long time. Like, the state of British boxing, in my opinion, is going downhill. The quality of cards is getting worse and worse and worse if they're not on pay-per-view. There's a lack of big domestic matchups. It's getting worse. In my opinion, it's getting worse. Oh, G-Man. Look at G-Man, man. See, G-Man's trying to wind me up right now. He says, Chantel Cameron's next fight, Del. You must have got an Eddie Hearn. Has that? Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah. I'm not a fan of, like I say, you know I'm not a fan of female boxing. Not a big fan. Shit. Yo, Ian Ward, Del, I think Chisora might become a world champion. Just got a feeling. He would have to beat Usyk to become WBO mandatory. and then he would need to beat AJ. I can't see it, man. Yo, imagine though. Imagine Chisora beats fucking Usyk. Then he beats Joshua to become a unified champion, and the undisputed fight is Chisora versus Fury 3. Imagine that shit. Imagine that shit. That'd be the biggest anticlimax ever. Can you imagine that shit? We're 2 fights away, though. We're 2 fights away. Like Dave Allen was 2 fights away from a Joshua fight. We are 2 fights away from fucking Fury versus Chisora. Part 3 being for undisputed. We're 2 fights away. Fuck's sake, man. Mr. Relax, do you think Joe Selkirk would have gone far? I've heard a lot of good things about Joe Selkirk from a lot of people in Liverpool. I was actually watching a podcast with, you guys know James English, and he was interviewing like some ex-London gangster called Marvin Herbert, and he was talking about boxing. He's into boxing. He actually helped. Marvin Herbert helped set up MTK. And he was saying that Joe Selkirk was one of the most talented fighters he's ever seen. But yeah, Joe Selkirk never got it together, though. One of these guys, man, just never lived for life, had a lot of problems outside the ring. And yeah, man, he never really got it going. But yeah, Joe Selkirk, from what I've heard, was a very talented fighter who never really done anything, to be honest. Which, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. But there's so many fighters like that in boxing where they've got all these credentials, they've got the amateur background, they've got the talent, but they don't have the application. So many of these guys in boxing. So many. Yeah, by the way, lads, I do apologise if I sound really bunged up. I've got fucking hay fever. I've not been fucking snorting Charlie or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? You don't get high off your own supply. No, I'm joking. Shit. I am fucking knackered, though, honestly. Take a pack nap. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Zili Zhang's a commie spy. Fake record got him a green card. Shit. Yeah, he's not that great. He really isn't that great. He's a southpaw. He can box a little bit, but fuck me. He's 37 years old, 38 years old, whatever he is. Fuck me. I mean, just one of those signings, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And Eddie Hearn special, sorry. I mean, imagine signing that guy and letting go of Michael Hunter. Fuck me. Dave Allen gets on fucking every pay-per-view under the sun, but you let go of Michael Hunter? Come on now. That's poor, that is. That's really poor. I like Michael Hunter, though. Maybe I'm biased. I do like Michael Hunter. He's actually one of my favourite heavyweights, Michael Hunter. One of my favourite American fighters. He might be my favourite American fighter, actually, Michael Hunter. I like Michael Hunter a lot. It's a good fighter. He'll fight anybody. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Yeah, bro. When Vladimir let fucking Chisora fucking spit water in his face. Yeah, bro. Didn't do anything. Yep. And also, yeah, in the weigh-in for that fight with Vitali, he fucking slapped Vitali, and Vitali, man, he held himself back. You could tell, yeah, Vitali wanted to fucking chin that guy, and Vitali held himself back somehow. Don't know how he did it, but yeah. If I was Vladimir, I'd have fucking chinned that guy, honestly. Listen, I'd rather get knocked clean out than anybody spit at me. Straight up, I'd rather get fucking ironed out than some cunt spit fucking water in my face. Straight up. Can you imagine that fucking feeling? That's grim, honestly. That is fucking grim. I'd rather get knocked out. Yo, smash the like, lads, by the way. Be much appreciated. Be much appreciated. Yeah, Colin, yeah. Lewis Crocker, yep. I saw his last fight against Louis Green. Quite impressed. Good puncher. Solid fundamentals. Does all the basics well. Good body puncher as well. Yeah, Lewis Crocker looks pretty good, to be fair. He looks pretty decent. Maybe he can do something. He looks half decent though. Been pretty impressed so far with Lewis Crocker. He's not a bad fighter. Not a bad prospect. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Ian Ward. Yep, he slapped Chisora slapped Vitali. Yep. Yeah, issue with Hunter, who I really like, is that his style is hard to sell to casuals. Serious American heavyweight, and Eddie needs one right now, in my opinion, especially after Pharmacy Miller. I agree, Colin. I totally agree. And I don't think Michael Hunter's all that boring, to be honest. Yeah, he boxes. Yeah, he moves, but Michael Hunter does put his shots together. He does get aggressive. He does throw combinations. He displays good hand speed, good foot speed. I think Michael Hunter's he's pretty entertaining, Michael Hunter, to be honest. Oh, whatever, St. Britt. Whatever, mate. Yeah, Vladimir must have a patience of a saint. Yeah, I'd have fucking flipped. Do you know what it is, Nordic? I'd rather take the slap than get fucking spat in my face, straight up. I'd rather take a slap. Dirty, man. Dirty, bro. I've never been spat at, but I can imagine. I'd be fucking raging. I'm swearing way too much. I do apologise, guys. I do apologise. Been one of those days, you know, been a really fucking chill day. And I'm kind of fucking, I don't really give a fuck right now, to be honest. I'm just chill. Just knackered as well, but... Yeah, Derek tried to bite some boxer's ear off. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was Paul Butlin. Yeah, Derek Chisora. Yeah, he tried to bite off Paul Butlin's ear. He kissed fucking Cole Baker at a weigh-in. Yeah, Chisora's a fucking head case. There's no doubt about it. Chisora's definitely a fucking weirdo. That's one guy, you know, it's genuine as well. Like, Chisora's he's a fucking nutter. Are you serious, Padja? I forgot about that, to be honest. I don't even remember it, to be honest. I've only seen that fight once. That was live. So I don't remember John Rawlings saying that, but it sounds like him, to be honest. John Rawlings a fucking idiot, as Hall of Vigilance said. No doubt. Yeah, last thing I would do is piss off Vitali in any kind of way. Vitali scared the hell out of me. Yeah, Vitali had a fucking mean streak, John. The way he beat down Shannon Briggs was sadistic. Like, how that fight wasn't stopped was crazy. Like, Shannon Briggs took a fucking shellacking in that fight. He took a beating, man. He was in hospital for like a week. Barely didn't get any of his purse. Had to fucking spend it on hospital bills. He got fucked up, bro. Honestly, he got smashed. One of the worst one-sided 12-round fights I've ever seen was Vitali versus Shannon Briggs. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Dale, what's your thoughts on John Doherty at super middleweight? John Doherty looks okay. He can certainly punch. I liked his performance against Anthony Fox. Anthony Fox is a game tough journeyman. So yeah, he's decent. He's one to look out for. I certainly think he's going to be good at domestic level. Yeah, he's a good prospect. He's a good prospect. A pretty good amateur as well, from what I understand. So yeah, he's decent. He's decent. He's decent. Yeah, that's true. Shepherd of Sons. Yep. Yeah, he went crazy. Yeah, he went crazy in Bulgaria as well. Yep. Somebody threw a water bottle at him, and he went nuts. It's funny, man. Do you know what though? With Chisora, I never used to like him, but these days, as the years have gone by, I've kind of warmed to him in a way. Weirdly, I've kind of warmed to him. Peak Vitali flattens Joshua. Yeah, I would agree. I don't think it's going to be early, though. I think, do you know what? I think Vitali would drown Joshua late on. I think he would drown him and stop him. He would stop him by accumulation. I don't think Vitali would go in there and bang him out with one shot. I think it would be accumulation, to be honest. Round after round after round. Vitali's work rate, and later on, I think Joshua would fade. That's how I see that fight going. I think Joshua would have success early on, while he's fresh, while he's explosive, but I would take Vitali by late stoppage against Joshua, to be honest. Yeah, that is true, AZ. Chisora's a patriot. He is, He supports Brexit and all sorts, Derek Chisora. He's a character, no doubt about it. He's a character. There was a video going around of Chisora. There was like this anti-Brexit rally in London. And Chisora rolls up here in a car and he goes, "What?" He basically says, "We're leaving, get over it. We had a vote, fuck off." It's jokes, man. Yeah, Chisora's funny, Chisora's funny, and he fights anybody, to be fair to him. He's a tough guy, Chisora. Got a good chin, durable, comes to fight. He's definitely a weirdo, though, Chisora. He's definitely a weirdo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Briggs' corner that night was terrible. Not stopping that fight was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Yo, Justin, what I'm going to do with these fucking wrenches, I've got a plan with that. I'm going to fucking remove every single wrench on this channel and I'm going to redistribute them, kind of thing. I've been meaning to do it for a long time, but yeah, you are here quite a lot, mate. So potentially. But with great power comes great responsibility. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, apologies, guys, if I sound really bunged up. My fucking hay fever's killing me, Fucking doing my head in. Yeah, I like Chisora now, UCTV. Like I said, I never used to like him. But he's a funny dude, man. When he done a fucking sit down interview with Nigel Farage. Do you know what I mean? He is a free spirit. That's what I'll say about Chisora. He's a free spirit. It's crazy. He's a nutter. He's a nutter, man. Yeah, I heard this, Ian Ward. I heard it was on November 14th, I want to say. But yeah, apparently that fight's going to go down. Ruiz versus Ruiz Arreola, yeah. I agree with this statement. Usyk needs to stop waiting for Chisora and fight. I agree. If that fight isn't finalized in the next week, if I'm Chisora, I'm going to fuck Derek off. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to stay active. Even if it's against less than stellar opposition, I would stay active, to be honest, because they've been waiting around far too long for that fight. Far too long. Usyk needs to be active. Simple as that. Simple as that. You sound perfect. It's all in your head. I can just feel my fucking sinuses and all that shit. Do you know what it is, though? My hay fever seems to have got worse since I fucking boxed. I got fucking done in, didn't I? And I broke my nose. And ever since then, my fucking breathing full stop's been a lot worse. I think I've got a deviated septum or something like that. I don't know what it is, but my fucking breathing through my nose is terrible. It's so bad. Like, it's horrendously bad. Like, I should really go to a fucking doctor. Because I've had my fucking nose broke twice. I had it broke once, like, before boxing, and once during boxing. So, yeah, my breathing through my nose is terrible. Absolutely awful. Also, Ian Ward, like, wrenches are they're like moderators in the chat. So if somebody in the chat sees something like dodgy, they can ban that person or time them out, kind of thing. Yeah, Usyk is getting on now. Yeah, exactly, Colin. Usyk is what, 33 now, and he's not got an old man style. Usyk is very active. He's very athletically kind of his style's very athletic kind of thing. That style is not going to age really well, in my opinion. So he needs to get a move on. He's not going to be around forever, Usyk. He's not going to get around forever. Big up to Nordic, man. Big up to Nordic. Big up, man. Big up. Oh, shit. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm so tired. I am so tired. I had a Joe Biden moment. Yeah, if I'm Usyk, I would fuck Derek off. That's what I meant to say. That is what I meant to say. Yeah, if I'm Usyk, I'd fuck Derek off. If that fight's not done in the next week, fuck that, man. I'm staying active. Do you know what I mean? I'm going crazy, ain't I? I'm going fucking crazy. I'm going crazy. Yeah, yo, official. It is horrible. I've been living like this for like, fuck, how long now? 7 years, maybe 7 years. So my nose got busted like long time before boxing, like when I was like 16. That was in the fight. That's a story for another day. My nose got busted then, and 2013, my nose got busted again in fucking sparring. And since then, my breathing through my nose has been terrible, like god awful, so bad, man. Fighting in Stevenage, yeah, bro. It wasn't in Stevenage. It was in Luton. It was in Luton. Do you want to pay me £20 now, Del? No, fuck you, St. Brit Sports. Ryan Garcia is going to beat Luke Campbell. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Whether it's by robbery or anything, Luke Campbell is losing that fight. Luke Campbell is losing that fight. I'd like Luke to win, to be honest with you. I genuinely would. But I just don't see it. I don't see it, man. This is on a Golden Boy show. Eddie is shipping fucking Luke out to America. Ain't gonna get no favors out there. Luke could win that fight 7 rounds to 5, maybe even 8 rounds to 4. He's not getting that decision. He's got to knock Ryan Garcia out or win 9 rounds. Are you that confident that he does that? I'm not. I ain't. I'm really not, bro. I'm really not. Just how I see it. St. Brit Sports, I demand a wrench. Now, I'll start throwing them around in a minute, like some other day. Some other day. Andre, fantasy fight. Andre Ward versus Canelo. Who wins? Andre Ward, UD. Simple as that. Andre Ward would neutralize Canelo, tie him up, work him over on the inside. Too big, too strong. He would beat Canelo. He would definitely beat Canelo. I wasn't the biggest Andre Ward fan, I've got to say, but he was a good fighter, man. He was a very good fighter. And I would actually support him over Canelo if that fight ever happened. I actually prefer Andre Ward to Canelo, to be honest. Andre Ward could box. Like, he just kind of ruined it for himself, like with his tactics at times. Like, against Carl Froch, he fucking boxed really fucking well. With one hand, he beat him up on the inside. That was a great performance by Andre Ward. That was Ward's best performance against Carl Froch. One-handed. Wasn't mauling. Wasn't being that dirty. He fucking beat him up on the inside. That was a great fucking performance by Andre Ward. Really good performance. And I wish we saw more of that from Andre Ward, because he could really fucking fight. But his style sometimes was just too ugly for me. Too much holding, too much fucking heads and all that shit. But yeah, Andre would beat Canelo. No doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. Even fucking Las Vegas judges couldn't save him. 100%. Usyk versus Chisora is set for October 31st. So no Joshua fight yet. Is that set, or is it... You're playing with me, Justin. You're playing. Yeah, I agree, G-Man. I agree. I would take Ward as well. Ward versus Canelo would be a gay man's grab our session. Jesus. I'll take Ward, man. I'll take Ward, bro. Taking Ward. Exactly, Riddy. And yeah, there's a lot of good heavyweight fights we can have, but not many are happening right now. Like, where's like even guys like Oscar Rivas? Where are these guys? Where's Hellenius? What's he doing now? Hrgovic, what's Hrgovic doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, none of these guys are doing anything. I mean, fucking Filip Hrgovic, yeah? This guy's fighting Andre Parla. Andre Parla has been retired for like 5 or 6 years. And that's who Hrgovic is fighting. I mean, come on. Do you know what I mean? Why not fucking Hrgovic fight fucking Robert Hellenius? Someone like that. I mean, that's poor. That really is poor. Oh, UCTV, he would buy Canelo versus Ward on American pay-per-view prices. Jesus. I would be convinced. I would be utterly convinced Andre Ward wins that fight. Honestly. I'm convinced Ward would win that fight. Jamal versus Golovkin. Prime for prime, I think Golovkin would smash him up, to be honest, Adam. But right now, I've got to be honest, I see that as a competitive fight. I see it as competitive. Golovkin is clearly on the slide. Clearly on the slide. Is he past it enough to where Charlo could beat him? I still favour Golovkin, to be honest. But it'll be a hard fight. That'll be a war. Charlo versus Golovkin right now is a war. Back in the day, he would have smashed Charlo. But right now, it's a war, in my opinion. I can't lie to myself and say Golovkin walks through him. I don't see it. I don't see it these days. I really don't. Golovkin's slowing down. He has been for a long time now. Like 3 years maybe. He's been slowing down. So yeah, I think that's a competitive fight, Jamal versus Golovkin. I'd love to see it. Love to see it, man. But again, you know, that fight makes a lot of sense. Because we follow boxing, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yo, big up to Pigeon, man. Yeah, keep safe. 100%, brother. 100%. But yeah, big up to you, mate. Big up. Shout out to the Birmingham Massive. I can't even fucking speak. I'll start that again. Shout out to the Birmingham Massive. Can't fucking speak. I'm that fucking tired. I can't fucking speak. Fuck's sake. That would have been a very good fight. Andre Ward versus Adonis Stevenson. That fight in itself would have been extremely interesting. I'm gutted we never got that fight. If Adonis Stevenson was at his best, I think he gives Andre Ward all sorts of problems based on style. Adonis Stevenson, while he was one-dimensional, had exceptional power. He had really, really good fucking distance control, a great understanding of range. He had a really good habit of, like, he used to make his opponents feel that they was out of range, but because his arms were so fucking long, they wasn't out of range, and he would catch them with shots they didn't expect. Adonis was a master of distance control, in my opinion. Quick hands, quick reactions. He was a very good fighter. Yeah, he was a scumbag, but we've got to separate that from, like, judging a fighter. As a fighter, Adonis Stevenson was very good, and in my opinion, he pissed his career away by doing absolutely nothing for years. But Ward Stevenson would have been a very good fight, you know. Very good fight. Andre Ward obviously has that habit of... Yeah, Ward has that habit of, like, taking your best weapon away. If he did that to Adonis Stevenson, there's nothing left. So maybe you would favour Ward. But stylistically, something tells me, man, that I don't know. I really don't know. I wish we saw it. I wish we saw it. It would have been a great fight. Adonis could knock anybody out at light heavyweight in that time period. He could have knocked out Ward. He could have knocked out Kovalev if he caught him right. He really could have. But we never got to see it, unfortunately. It's funny you ask that question. I was watching the Bellew fight back today, Stevenson Bellew, And Stevenson was so fucking quick back in the day. He was so quick. Like his head movement, his hand speed, his feet. He was very quick, you know. Like the Stevenson who fought Vodzik and Badu Jack, like that guy was light years behind the guy who fought Bellew and Chad Dawson. I couldn't believe the difference in speed between Stevenson then and Stevenson versus Vodzik. Genuinely. Like, he was so fucking quick against Bellew. So quick. But yeah, I've been talking about this fight way too long. Ward Stevenson, I would favour Ward just about, but it's a hard fucking fight. It's a hard fight. And Beterbiev versus the winner, Jesus Christ. Again, if we're talking prime, I think prime Adonis would knock out Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev would beat Ward, believe it or not. There we go. There we go. But yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, Adonis Stevenson, though. Stevenson is one of those fighters, in my opinion, who never really realised his potential. Never realised his potential. Left it too late to step up, and he got hurt, you know? It was what it was. It was what it was. UCTV, Canelo isn't finished at light heavyweight. He'll clean up super middleweight and go back to light heavyweight even more comfortably. I'm convinced Canelo's best nights are still ahead of him. I don't know, man. It depends. I do think he's going to clean out 168. I definitely agree there. I definitely agree on that one. Light heavyweight, though, if Beterbiev is still at this level, I just think he's too big, too strong for Canelo, to be honest. And Bivol, stylistically, Bivol, in my opinion, brings a really intriguing style to the table. I think if you make Canelo take the lead and make Canelo create his own openings against the mover, I don't think Canelo's anywhere near as effective. We saw that against Lara. We saw that against Floyd, Austin Trout, even to a lesser extent, Sergey Kovalev, who was shot to bits. When you keep the distance against Canelo, move around, I think he's there to be outboxed, I'll be honest. I think Bivol could outbox Canelo in a fair world. In a fair world where judges are objective, I think Bivol could really beat Canelo. I really do. I think light heavyweight is just a bridge too far. If he's fighting prime guys with no rehydration clauses, I think he could lose. I think he would lose to Bivol and Beterbiev. I really do. But 168, I think Canelo beats all of these guys, to be honest. He beats Billy Joe. He beats Callum, Benavidez, Plant. I think Plant and Billy Joe could give him problems, to be honest. I think he beats all of these guys. I really do. I really do. Michael Van Gerwen, he's still here. Who is Pacquiao fighting next, you think? I think Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia fits the bill for Manny Pacquiao next. He's a big name. He's beatable. I think that makes sense for Manny Pacquiao. I would like to see Pacquiao retire, to be honest. He's got nothing left to prove. He's been out of the ring for quite some time. Do you know what I mean? Manny's got nothing to prove now. Just retire, bro. Retire. Don't let somebody who would never beat you in your prime beat you now. Just retire, bro. Just retire. Damn, Johnny boy, he thinks Joe Smith would knock out Beterbiev. Do you know what? I'm not fucking sure, man. I'm really not sure. Yeah, Joe Smith can really punch, don't get me wrong. He's got a puncher's chance. But like you see when Callum Johnson knocked down Beterbiev, right? And he had success. The difference is, though, Callum Johnson, he can trade with you, he can throw with you and counter. I don't think Joe Smith really does that. He just comes forwards and throws random shots. He's a pressure fighter. I don't think his composure is on the level of a Callum Smith where he can do that. I don't know, man. I think Beterbiev grinds him down. I think he grinds him down. Like I think Joe Smith's a better fighter than Callum Johnson, but stylistically, he's not He's not a counterpuncher like Callum. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's a good fight, though. It's a good fight. Yo, big up to real Jimmy Mack, man. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. John Gonzalez, I'd love to see Manny clear the last of the Garcia gym out. Yeah, bro. It could happen. It could happen. It could definitely happen. I would still pick him to beat Mikey, to be honest. I'd still pick him to beat Mikey. You know, but again, he's 42 years old now. So is it worth a risk? Is it really worth a risk? I don't know. Manny, listen, Manny's gonna fight. Yeah, I think Manny's gonna keep on fighting until he's removed from the sport. If you catch my drift, until a fighter beats him down and knocks him badly out again, I think Manny's gonna keep on fighting. I think somebody else needs to make Manny's mind up for him. Manny's that type of dude. He's a fucking warrior. He's a fucking killer. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to stop on some meek fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, Manny's going to keep on going. Somebody needs to retire Manny Pacquiao. He's not going to retire himself, in my opinion. That's the type of guy Manny is. And that was why he was so fucking great. But I think that's the case. But yeah, in an ideal world, I would like to see Manny retire. Maybe have a fight in the Philippines for Manny Pacquiao's last fight against a lower level guy. You know, even like a Josecito Lopez. I wouldn't be mad at it. That sort of fight in the Philippines, a farewell fight. That's what I would like to see from Manny Pacquiao, personally. A farewell fight and call it a day. Just how I see it. Yeah, UCTV. The thing is, man, like, my boy could be shot by then. My boy's getting injured right now. He's done his ribbing. Like, Beterbiev could be done by then, man. I might have to jump on the Bivol train. But you're right, bro. You're right. We could do a co-stream if Canelo fights Beterbiev. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Oh, Pigeon Mike Tyson. We've got Pigeon and Johnny, man, mocking my favourite fighter. What is this, man? What is this? Crazy. It's crazy shit. Yeah, I can't lie, though. I really like Beterbiev. He's my favourite fighter in boxing right now. But I am worried about his career at this point. He's not fought since October. He was due to fight this October, picked up a rib injury. The guy's had 15 fights in 7 years. So I am worried. I think Beterbiev is going to go down as a what if. What if he wasn't injured? What if he didn't have promotional issues? I think that's how Beterbiev is going to be remembered, to be honest. Pains me to say it because I think the guy's very fucking good. I think the guy's very good. But he's not getting any younger, is he? 35 years old. Do you know what I mean? So I would like to see Beterbiev get these big fights, man, in the next 18 months. Bivol, Joe Smith, Canelo. I would love to see it, but I'm not really confident in it happening, to be honest. But there we go. There we go. But yeah, leave my boy Beterbiev alone, man. Leave him alone. Like Tony Bell, you leave him alone, you fucking cunts. AA Boxing and Blunt, he's a St. Brit. I heard Callum is a serious gambler and bet on himself to lose. Fuck's sake. Yeah, big up to Pligsy P, by the way. Big up to Pligsy P. He says, I think the rib injury is just buying time to make weight. Yeah, but Beterbiev's a big dude. That has to be said. He's a big fucking dude for light heavyweight. He used to fight at heavyweight in the amateurs, so basically cruiserweight in the pros. Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a big dude. Yeah, it's an interesting point, Hall of Vigilant, aka Nordic. A 40-year-old Shane Mosley laughed at Canelo's power. Yeah. I personally believe Canelo Alvarez is one of the most blatant examples of PED use in combat sports, personally. Um, as good as the guy is, he's very good, right? But this guy's head size has grown exponentially since his early 20s. Look at Canelo in his early 20s to now. Look at the dude's head. Like, it's grown so fucking much, honestly. I think the guy's been juicing. He's on the same shit that Joshua's on, or was on, maybe still is on, HGH. I think the guy juiced hardcore. I really do. Exactly, yeah. Saint Brit is right, John. Saint Brit is definitely right. Send her my way. uh, that is true, UCTV. Yeah, Canelo was 21, but still, man, still. Like, Canelo couldn't put a dent in Chavez Jr., whereas Fanfara fucking cleaned the guy out. I honestly think Canelo's like one of the biggest PED users in the sport. He's like the Lance Armstrong of boxing right now. Like, worse than Joshua, I would say. Genuinely. I think the guy is on all sorts of fucking shit. All sorts. And he's very good. He's very good, but the guy's definitely a juicer. Well, he's a proven juicer. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a Canelo hater, I can't lie. I'm a bit of a Canelo hater. But yeah, I thought he lost to Lara, and I thought he lost to Golovkin in the first fight. I had the second fight a draw against Golovkin. I thought the second fight was close, but the first fight he lost, I felt he lost to Lara. Got schooled by Floyd. I don't know, man. I think Canelo is. I'll put it this way. If Canelo was a B-side fighter, would his record be the same? I don't think it would. Genuinely, I think people would view him a lot differently than they do now. That's how I see Canelo. In a fair world, or if he was a B-side, I don't think he'd be viewed in the same way he is now. I think he's a beneficiary of boxing politics, Canelo Alvarez. And that's the thing with Canelo, in which I really struggle to get interested in his fights. I always feel like I know the outcome. I could see a guy beat him and he still wins the fight. And you could say that for anybody, right? But with Canelo, it's just so clear, man. Like, even in fights he won, like, look at the scorecards, like the Austin Trout fight. Like, the scorecards were so fucking wide. Like, he never won that fight like 8 rounds to fucking 4. No way. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing with Canelo. It's the politics that comes with him. It's the politics with Canelo. Canelo. Yeah, that is true. UCTV, I do agree. They are all on PEDs, yeah. But with Canelo, yeah, I'm gonna keep on hating on this guy. He's got the finest PEDs. He's got the finest PEDs. Do you know what I mean? He's got those cartel grade PEDs. But yeah, no, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. But I just don't enjoy the politics with Canelo. Do you know what I mean? Like, with Floyd, like, people said it was bad with Floyd. I always felt it was somewhat of a fair fight with Floyd. Like the Maidana fight. Like, Maidana got away with all sorts in that fight. And the cards were close as well. The Oscar cards were closer than they should have been. Like, Oscar did not win that fight. Even Floyd Canelo, like, one of the judges had it a draw. Do you know what I mean? Even with when Floyd was on top, I never felt this way about Floyd. I always felt that potentially, on the right night, Floyd could lose. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way with Canelo. Sorry, I really don't. And it's not because he's that good. It's because he's got all the A-side protection, like to a crazy extent. That's my whole thing with Canelo. Just for politics, as a fighter, he's very good. Extremely good, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Just how I see it. Just how I see it. Yeah, you have to nail Canelo to the canvas or be a god tier celeb to beat him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how I see it. That's how I see it. But yeah, no, I'm not saying Canelo's not a good fighter. He clearly is. He's clearly pound for pound. He's an elite level fighter. My eyes tell me that, but it's just the politics with Canelo. That's all it is. But he's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. But like I said, the way I would say, or how I would summarize it is, if this guy was a B-side fighter or just a regular fighter, would his record look the same? I don't think it would. I really don't think it would. UCTV's got me going, man. Fucking Canelo shit. Ah, shit. Look at. Ah, Christ. Yeah, Canelo is secretly Irish, man. He's adopted. Yeah, he could be adopted. You know, maybe Canelo got like, maybe they picked up the wrong baby at birth, and they picked up Canelo. But yeah, he's an odd-looking dude, Canelo Alvarez. He's an odd-looking dude for a Mexican. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is with Canelo. It is what it is. Canelo. I love the old Canelo debates. Like, people are really they feel really strongly about Canelo either way. I'm in the anti Canelo camp, the hating Canelo camp. I don't hate. I honestly don't hate the dude. To be honest, I don't really hate him, but just not one of my favorites. Put it that way. Oh shit. Anyway, lads, I'm gonna wrap this one up. You know, I want a fucking cup of coffee. Got to get a couple of bits sorted. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a cup of coffee and catch up with UCTV stream tonight, providing he does one. So yeah, man, big up to you guys. Thank you for dropping by. I was a little incoherent, just super fucking tired. I need a bit of coffee in me. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. Peace. Smash the like as well. Peace.